found my roommate's journal where she detailed plans to replace me in our friend group. Last night at a party, I read it out loud. I never thought I'd be the girl who snoops, but when your roommate's journal falls open to a page with your name underlined 3 times, it's hard to look away. Day 37 of Operation Replace Sarah, the entry began. My hands shook as I read further. Making progress with her friends Jen and Quatlin invited me to lunch without her yesterday. With one complete, let me back up. Madison moved in 4 months ago after my best friend since childhood, Emma, got engaged and moved out. Madison seemed perfect per ton. She laughed at my jokes, complimented my style, and even baked cookies for our first roommate movie night. Within weeks, she'd met all my friends and seamlessly integrated into our group. The journal detailed everything. How she studied my social media to learn my friends' interests before meeting them. How she deliberately dressed similar to me but slightly better. How she'd subtly point out my flaws to our mutual friends when I wasn't around. Sarah's always late, isn't she? So disrespectful of everyone's time. She'd apparently told my friend group after I was stuck in traffic for our monthly brunch. The journal noted planted seed of unreliability. That nodded in agreement. The most chilling entry was from 2 weeks ago. Sarah mentioned feeling like we're all getting closer. She has no idea she's being phased out of her own friend group by summer. They'll be my friends. She is so trusting it's almost sad. I felt physically ill. This woman had been methodically working to replace me in my own life while sleeping 10 feet away from me every night. For 3 days, I said nothing. I watched her laugh with my friends in our group chat suggesting plans I wasn't included in. I noticed how she'd positioned herself in the center of every recent group photo while I was increasingly on the edges. Then came our apartment's scheduled spring party parent, an event I'd planned before Madison even moved in. As I watched her holding court in our living room, wearing a dress suspiciously similar to one I'd mentioned wanting to buy, something in me snapped. I walked to my bedroom, retrieved the journal I'd photographed, but returned to its hiding place and walked back into the living room. The conversation quieted as I stood there, probably because of the look on my face. I have a reading to share, I announced, my voice steadier than I felt. For the next 3 minutes, you could hear a pin drop as I read selected entries from Operation Replace. Sarah Madison's face drained of color. My friends looked from her to me in horror. When I finished, Madison lunged for the journal, screaming that I had no right to go through her things. That one pert, my friend of 6 years, Pern stepped between us. You've been manipulating all of us, Jen? Asked Madison, her voice barely above a whisper. Madison tried to laugh it off as creative writing, but the specific details pertain of conversations recounted word for word. Plans that had actually happened, parent, made that impossible to believe. She stormed out 20 minutes later after everyone had seen the evidence for themselves. This morning, her bedroom door remains locked, but I heard her packing at 5 a.m. My friends and I stayed up until 3 a.m., piecing together all the little moments where she'd been subtly turning us against each other. The concerned texts about someone's behavior. The private conversations she'd share selectively to create tension, the strangest part. I don't even feel good about exposing her. I just feel hollow parted and terrified that someone could enter my life with the calculated intention of stealing it. Madison's moving out tomorrow. My friends suggested changing our locks. I am changing how easily I trust instead.